grounding. Okay, grounding. Instead of thinking that every opportunity means we're going to save the marriage and then getting disappointed over and over again, which makes you show up in very funny, weird ways, okay, in not so attractive ways. Instead of that, we're going to go in the direction of grounding. Okay, I will explain that fully for you in a second. From grounding, we're going to go to discernment. Grounding will help you with discernment, to help you to discern those little small moments that you used to conclude that, oh, I think she wants me back. Instead, you take it chill, you relax. Okay, relax, just like you used to do when you weren't so desperate. Okay, so from discernment, you look out for reciprocity. I'm going to explain that. Okay, now this is a very dicey one here. You have to be very, very careful here, because sometimes there might be a little small blurry line between reciprocity, looking out for reciprocity, and just being obsessed. Okay, it's very easy to misinterpret obsession as reciprocity. So I'm going to put like a red circle around this guy right here. Just want you to pay attention. It's very important. You have to do this right. You have to do this right, because sometimes you might even use that to try to manipulate them that they must show up. You want to give them ultimatum, right? That can backfire. So don't do that. Okay, remember I said looking out for, not trying to force it. All right, let me see here. From reciprocity, let's see. From reciprocity, we're going to go in direction of leadership. Now, when I say leadership here, I'm talking about self-leadership. Okay, self-leadership. So self-leadership makes every other form of leadership easier. Okay, you're not trying to assert unnecessary power that you don't have, right? So we go into self-leadership, and then self-leadership will help you build value. I'm not talking about moral values. I'm talking about as in the other person see you, suddenly they start to see more value in you, as opposed to, oh, I'm doing the right thing, I'm a good guy. Okay, good for you. Okay, you're supposed to be a good person. That has nothing to do with the skills that is required to stay in a healthy long-term relationship, right? So value naturally leads to curiosity, which is essentially attraction. Okay, curiosity, attraction. All right, curiosity and attraction. A little clumsy tonight. I'm going to explain this, guys. I'm going to explain it. Don't worry. So curiosity and attraction, they kind of work hand in hand. They start becoming curious. They start to wonder what you're up to. You're not as predictable as you used to be, right? So now, remember, in all of this, there's the opportunities of contact, text messages, because of practical reasons, children, finances, the keys to the garage. I want to grab something from inside the house. Or, we just happen to still sleep in the same bed, even though we haven't seen eye to eye in a while, right? But now you're not just so predictable anymore, because you've been working with grounding. I'm going to explain grounding to you in a second here. But it's much it's so much more important than just because of your marriage. It's something that you're going to find useful in other aspects of your life, where you might have been panicking, right? So when they're attracted to you, that creates opportunity for contact, probably much more contact coming from their end. Okay, so let me just put that here. So the cycle continues like that. So instead of treating every contact as another hopeful, you're grounded, but you're counting on this guy. This guy is your friend, but you understand this guy. Let me show you this guy right here. This person right here, value is your friend, right? But you understand that it's a process to get there. Okay, now let's navigate that process one more time, just to make sure that you're getting this right. Your husband your wife initiates or accepts communication for whatever reason, a practical reason, you call them, they picked up, right? It used to be maybe we can have reconciliation, but right now you understand that that moment is an opportunity. Okay, you don't treat it as automatic reconciliation. You don't get above or ahead of yourself, right? You don't punish them for reaching out to you first to start playing games. That's not what this is about. Instead, you regulate what that means to you. See, one of the chapters in the book, we talk about the fact that you have the power. You actually have the power to give life events interpretation, your own meaning, right? Because the meaning that you give to life events, the kind of story you tell around events, will determine your next move. That's why it has nothing to do with you're telling yourself lies. It has everything to do with you're taking control of your own life, is what I said here when I said self leadership. So grounding is your opportunity to regulate your meanings before choosing response, because your meanings is what's going to determine how you respond to life events, such as another opportunity like a contact, right? You know how to read between, like how to read a room, right? You remain rooted in gratitude, in faith, in purpose, major, right? In the reality of the state of your marriage, because that's a real thing. If you've been in separation and the marriage hasn't been in a good place, you have to face that reality and be okay with that being opportunity to build a fresh foundation for your marriage. Okay, as opposed to trying to jump to reconciliation prematurely. So grounding keeps hope from turning into panic, because as beautiful as hope is, it can easily turn out to be just moving from a place of panic, anxiety, and fear. Okay, so you're able to discern moment by moment. You examine what each contact means. You stay grounded in what it's about, and you use that opportunity to showcase how, well, I don't know about to say how fine you are, but anyway, how fine of a human being you're becoming, right? Without performing, okay? Because that's what you're going to do anyway, with or without them. That's the mindset you're looking at, right? So the contact, is it practical? Is it for parenting? Is it for emotional reasons? Because sometimes they just want some, right? They're confused, but they want some, which means they're still looking for opportunity to feel safe around you. Yes, they can be confused. Yes, they can come off as they are playing games with you, but all of that is, it doesn't really matter much to you, because after all, you guys are married. Okay, but it allows you to stay centered, right, in your own meanings, as opposed to what is their motive. What is their motive? If you get obsessed with their motive, that's what you're trying to run away from, right? So now you allow that level, wherever that level of investment is coming from them, you pay attention to if they are, what level of participation is coming from them, right? You pay attention to that and you kind of mirror that, right? And not just mirror that, sometimes you're actually able to say, no, I'm okay right now, I have to go to work, because you're busy. Okay, because you're busy. Yes, you can show interest still in reconciliation, but you don't have to beg for it, right? And they can seal it, they can feel your energy. Why? Because you're starting from grounding, right? Yes, you can still be caring, but you're not just going to be readily available anyhow if there's no participation coming from their end. You're able to read, and you're able to also give them just enough so that they can also look forward to more, as opposed to just give them everything. You know, when they say kill them with kindness, attraction doesn't work like that. You have to be careful with killing them with kindness and try to use that as a strategy to build attraction, because it's quite different. Okay, very, very different. All right, so let's keep moving here. So now we are at reciprocity. You look out for participation. So what about self-leadership? Leadership, right? I'm talking about self-leadership. You provide direction for your own life, right? You're able to assert that this is what you want, this is not what you want, and it doesn't depend on you just being desperate, right? You're able to protect your schedule. You're able to handle responsibilities still like a noble person, right? For example, like in case of parenting or co-parenting, right? You're able to communicate clearly, even if there's a small little conflict in terms of schedule, you're able to communicate clearly and come to a resolution without connecting all the dots together with how terrible they've treated you,